Now today I finally received the rest of my order to fix my 3.2 VR6. As you can see, I'm unwrapping my package from Autodoc, which is the best place to buy stuff in France. I've got all of the gaskets for the spark plugs, the intake manifold, and of course the most important, the rocker cover. So all of these are from Victor Reigns. They're the best ones I could find that match OEM performance. You could also buy Bilstein, but very expensive compared to this. Is nearly double the price of what I found. So I've got one gasket cover, 6 for the spark plugs of course, because it's 6 cylinders, 1 for the intake manifold, and some glue, which is some type of silicone heat resistant glue that you can see there. Now I'm quite surprised that it folded up like that, but apparently that's okay for them to arrive like that. These weren't too expensive, they were about 10 quid each, and the gaskets for the spark plugs were about 5 each, which isn't too bad. Here is the bodgy repair that I did to my little cable, which seems to be a vacuum pump on the intake manifold. Now it's very sturdy, but I put a lot of shit onto it, and obviously my rocker cover's all been painted. It looks good. Now here is going to be a time lapse of me fitting the rocker cover gasket. Now it's pretty simple, you just got to know which way it's going on. The first step is to just lay it on into the little outline hole around the rocker cover, and then with the screws you end up pushing through them, which holds it down to the bottom. Now you've got to be careful on the side of the PCV, it tends to come off pretty easily. As you see, I'm fitting all the screws. On the right side where the PCV is, it's a bolt with afterwards a 10mm nut, and the rest are just actual screws that go into the engine. Now what you are supposed to do as well is put a little bit of oil around the gasket, which is probably better. I've completely forgot to do that, but that is something that you can definitely do, which wouldn't do it any harm. And here are the little rocker cover gaskets for the little gaskets for the spark plugs. Now there's only one way to go in because there's a little tab that holds them in. Again, you should probably oil them, which I forgot to do. And now I'm just going to remove the little cover that I had over the top of my engine, because I was also painting and did not want any of the dust in there. So it's just a garbage bag with some tape on it. Now I'm pretty sure nothing went in, it looks all clean and good, as my father's looking at right now. Now all I'm doing here is taking a little bit of razor blade and taking off the rest of the gasket which was left there last time, and then now I'm adding a dab onto the joint of the two sides of the engine. Then I'm going to obviously place a rocker cover on, make sure it's well sat on, and make sure all around the gasket's on. Now I'm going to put in the screws and just do them hand tight. You want it to be spread around the rocker cover, you do not want one side to be too tight. Now all I'm going to do, I'm going to tighten up all of them to up to 5 Newton meters, and then after that I'll do them in crisscross pattern up to 10 Newton meters. I'm using a little Newton meter torque wrench. It's just a small one that clicks instead of beeps, which is quite good, but it only goes up to 24 Newton meters, but as it is 10 for the rocker cover bolts, it is sufficient enough. Now I'm just going to be placing the spark plugs in because it's the easiest whilst I can do it here. I'm going to tighten all of them hand tight. And now with my big torque wrench, I'm going to set it to 30 Newton meters. That is really quite tight. My dad has always said to set them to hand tight, but this is 30 Newton meters, and now you can hear the little beep of the torque wrench. Now that it's done, I'm going to bring out the intake manifold, which I've painted. Right now I'm just going to get it out. It looks really quite big, but you just got to press it in around the little bolt holes, which isn't too complicated. All done. Now I'm going to move away my dipstick because I did destroy it last time, or it actually just bolts out so you can pull it back in, but I'm now going to try and figure out how I put this back in because it is a big pain. Now the best way is to kind of angle it but also move it up and down at the same time whilst I'm trying not to destroy the repair I did to my little vacuum. After that's on, I'm going to start putting in the bolts to hold the intake manifold on. There's one on each side and there's about 8 other underneath, which in my last video you saw me use the borescope camera to use because it is really complicated to see. Now on the R32s you can remove the bumper slightly to get into them, but on this car you've got to undo all the radiators. Now I'm also going to do the 2 bolts that are on the side of the intake manifold, holding it down to the rocker cover. And there is also one at the back. Now I'm just going to be plugging in some of the cables that go into the evap system, into the breather system for the intake manifold, and also the PCV. As you can see here, I'm trying to clamping it down, tapping it because it was really quite hard to put on, and then it just plugs into the top of the rocker cover where the PCV is. I'm going to tighten the rest of the bolts. And the bolt at the back, which is probably one of the most important. Now I cut out me using the borescope because it was just painful to do. Now here's my dipstick, how it came out. It's quite bad, and I cleaned it all, but I think maybe a little bit of crap has gone into the engine sump, which isn't good. So all I'm going to be doing is plugging it back in and then screwing the dipstick back to the intake manifold. After that is done, the dipstick is back in and works perfectly fine. Now I'm going to reattach the cables on the right side of the engine, which is mostly just wires, and on the left side it's all the fuel lines. And also plug back in the main cables at the back which plug into it. Now there are quite a few of these little cables to plug in. Just make sure you remember which one went in because I struggled quite a bit. Now it goes back on the throttle body, which I've painted as well red. And make sure not to get any paint inside of the actual mechanism of the throttle body or the connector or the black plastic at the back. Just painted the middle. Now I'm going to put back in the bolts. It's just a 5 Allen key. And look at that, that's all done. Now I've also put in the spark plugs. The spark plugs were quite hard. Then put in the coil packs. Coil packs, I had to tampen them down with a rubber hat mallet because the new seals for the spark plugs were really new, and so it was airtight for the coil packs. Now the bottom of the airbox goes back in. It just clips into little things at the bottom with 1 screw, and also the little intake bit, which just clips in basically, and 2 little torque screws at the front. After that is done, I'm going to put back in my K&N filter and the top of the airbox back in, which is supplied with some fitted screws, and also the little pipe that goes into the throttle body and I think into the aircon system, which is just done with some little clips, which I've also painted. It's not come out grey, but I still think it looks pretty good. And the last thing to do is the bumper, which I've also painted all the grills silver. It'll look a bit white. I'm not too sure if the colour goes well, but I think it's okay. So this just slots back on. It's some little bolts that go back in, some torque screws. It's not too bad. I had a bit of an issue doing it. As you see, I'm going underneath to make sure the plastic isn't banging into each other because it was quite difficult. Now this is done, I'm going to put the right headlight back in. Now it's pretty simple, it's just some torque screws that go into it, and then obviously the cable at the back. Now on the right side some of them are missing, so it comes back out pretty badly, but on the left side, as you can see, it just goes in perfectly fine. Now as you can see here, I dropped the Torx bit down, which means I had to take back out the headlight and try and find it. But once I found it, I put it back in. I need to stop being such of a stupid idiot, but it went back in pretty easily, and again it's just some Torx screws that hold it in. Now as you can see with the left headlight, a bit more compared to the right, it's a lot more clearer. So I think I am going to have to put on some polish on the right side to make it as even as the other side. After that's done, there's some little plastic tabs that go back on to cover the screws, and it's back down, and here we go starting. Now, as you'll probably hear, it's struggling to find idle a bit. Now, that might have been the little repair job I did, but it could also be just the fact that it's been sitting on the same tank of ethanol for a week and 2 days, I think, which obviously wouldn't help it. But it's struggling a bit, but I think after a drive, it might help. And again, you can hear it again, trying to find idle after I rev it a bit. It's not super happy, but it could be a lot worse. And here's just a little preview of us putting all the tools back in. And here's a clip of the finished product. I think the silver grills actually look quite good at the front. Maybe don't go too well with the lights. All the silver badges, the mirror, the aircon vents that I've put in, the little gauge I've got at the back, silver badges at the back, and also the bumper trim coming off, which I think looks really good. And here I am taking it for a drive. It's really not too bad. I've got all my values up there for me to know what the oil's doing and the engine load, etc. After a little bit of driving, it all fixed itself. I think everything was fine. As you can see here, I'm flashing my lights because there's a French idiot on the way back who had his eye beams on. And again, here's another clip of it on the road with the fog lights on. I actually think it looks really good. Tell me what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.